Hello everyone, good evening and good afternoon and good morning from whatever world you are from, wherever you're from. Good evening, good afternoon, and let's talk about female versus men. What's the difference between a female and a man? A female is powered by something called neurologic system that controls things like cleanliness, awakeness, prone to misjudged by stupidity, and girls get attracted by men who are strong, who are big, and who are manly. Now, when a person comes up to you and says, why is this female not attracted to me? I don't look bad, I don't do this, I don't do that, why don't you do that? Because the girl sees that you're not manly enough to be in a suitable condition to talk to her. The girl might not like something about you. For example, you have nail polish on your toenails, or you have nail polish on your nails. She might not like that. You might have dyed hair. You might have a chain on. You might have a colored shirt on. And things like that, some girls avoid at all costs. Why? Because they think it's not secure for the future. So, coming back to the subject, female versus men. Men, what do men do? Men get attracted by body, by hips, by breast, by a nice looking face, by long hair. And men usually look for things like intercourse rather than to be talking to a girl for a long time. And that's a big no-no for the girl, because girls like a guy who talks and pretends that he will have a conversation rather than having sex. Even if you pretend for the first 15 minutes of your conversation that you want to have an intellectual conversation, and you want to debate on something that is something ordinary or out of the blue, and you win the conversation, the girl might sleep with you. But if you do the same thing over and over again, the first thing you say is, let's go and get in my car and let's go for a drink, it's a big no-no. She won't like that. Because she will think you're just a joke. Now, females bond their relationship on two things, and that's called security and promises. Security and promises is the biggest issue that we have in North America and in, not in the Middle East, but in North America and in Canada. We tend to keep a promise and then we say we'll do this, but after a week has gone by, you break that promise. Security, when it comes to security, a man will divorce his woman and tell her, I'll take care of the kids on the weekend, but he never shows up. So those are two main aspects that girls think that, oh my god, like, why is he even penetrating such long habits when I can't even depend on security and promises, which are two basic things in a relationship. Men think that girls would always like the guy who is more of a tough guy and more of a inappropriate towards the community when it comes to being aboriginal in a wartime. You get what I'm trying to say? You get to understand what I'm trying to say to you? Meaning, he acts like a silly guy when there's a war going on outside. And girls usually tend to take that as a mistake and they turn back and they say, no, this guy's no good. If you can do this now, what will you do in the future? Which I don't even think he has a future. Because the way he looks, the way he sounds, the way he comes off as, I don't think I can depend on my kids with him for the rest of my life. On the other hand, guys think that their women are trophies which they're supposed to be showed off. Don't get me wrong. You're supposed to show your women off to everyone because that's what it's for. But they also have to know that this woman is secure in your hands for the rest of your life. Now, why I don't get women? Because people know that I cannot take care of a girl. I am not manly enough to do the basic things that a girl sees in a guy that he can do for the rest of his life. And that's why girls don't settle for me or go for me. Because they know he's more of a girly type, but he's not more of a manly figure that will stand up for me when there's a hard time in the streets, a club, or even a party. He will do the opposite and he will come run behind me and stand behind me for security. No matter how good looking of a person you are, no matter how rich you are, okay, not rich, but no matter how good looking of a person you are, no matter how smart you are, but if you don't confine that appreciative secureness on yourself, then girls don't waste your time with them. They don't waste their time with them because they think it's a total waste of time because, like I said, number one thing a girl wants in their life is security. Second thing she wants is promises. Third thing she wants is commitment. Fourth thing she wants is secured bank account. Fifth thing she wants is a future for her kids and herself. If you can't provide these six things, then there's no point of even committing yourself to a point where you're like, okay, I'll do this today, but I might change myself in the future. There's no if or mights. There's either yes or there's no. Either I'm going to do it or either I'm not going to do it. If you're not going to do it, don't expect to settle for a person that's really good looking. Because they will never come around. they will never appreciate you. They will never come to the point that they will be like, this guy is the dream guy, and I'm going to make a move by saying, let's do something someday. Men, on the other hand, think that it's that easy to be a part of women's life when they're not even sure about themselves. A man has to plan everything out. Plan A. Okay, so how am I going to provide for my girlfriend? What are the steps if we could counter a dangerous situation? What are we going to do when we fly together at an airport, and how I'm going to take over and I'm going to handle everything myself when it comes to scarism and monetary system that is watching you from mouth to mouth. What are we going to do when a kid is born? What's the first thing I'm going to do? First month of the kid that's born, what are my responsibilities? Am I going to take more time off on work? Am I going to comfort this person and I'm going to do things like that? Or I'm going to go have a beer and do my regular things that I'm doing without even any concerns? These are the 4 things that man has to be having planned out when he is trying to even think about a future with a girl. Now they ask me, why do you listen to Tupac? Why do you listen to Tupac so much? The guy's dead. The guy was full of enraging comments and things towards part of my language, Illuminati family. I listen to Tupac because this is an example I'm giving you. Because 2 things I perceive when I first see this guy: the way he dresses and the way he writes his lyrics. A dressed person, manly dressed person that doesn't do foolish things on media or even in person is the first green flag to saying that this guy is ready for a relationship with any girl in the world. Second thing, the lyrics. When he writes his lyrics, there's a deep meaning of telling you that I'm a man of my word, I'm a man of my principles, and I will not turn back on my word even if that means death or life. Life or death. So this is why the reason I listen to Tupac so much, regardless of what anybody says, and says you are worn out, but you don't understand what girls see. I'm not girl, but I'm saying what girls see in these 2 categories that I'm pointing out right now, and this couldn't be wrong. And believe me, I have no relationship. I never had a relationship in my life, never had intercourse in my life, but for the reason because I'm addicted to the makeup things. I'm addicted to the girly things. I'm addicted to the pictures and videos. I'm not into that manly world that much. So that's why when mothers or women see me, they don't want to let their daughters be in part of my life because they know I can't secure the future. Anyway, the most topics right here, and then we'll continue some other day. Thank you.